to another box office special here at the Latino Slant. For all you guys, make sure you are subscribed to the channel as the Summer of Blockbusters 2025 continues for the weekend of August 17th. Way too early box office report here on the Latino Slant. Basically the same films. There's one new big release as well as a Sweeney film, but there's also a turn of events for a Marvel movie. Let's get right to it. R-rated horror together beats Ferrari's 18.6 million run and approaches Honora as Neon's fifth highest grossing release of all time at the U.S. box office. After grossing 1.1 million on third three-day weekend, a harsh minus 57.8% drop. After losing a harsh minus 925 theaters affected by mixed word of mouth and Weapon's arrival, it hits a 19.7 cum in the U.S. It's eyeing a 20 million run in the U.S. Together starring Dave Franco and wife Allison Brie, their personal project that they have been promoting, more than likely will find a cold audience on streaming. Let's jump on over to our friends at Exhibit Relations Company. They say Paramount's The Naked Gun eases minus 42% in its third week with 4.8 million domestically. That's nearly 42 million in total for this Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson comedy. Back to loose. Godzilla can tell no one cares about your best interests more than your parents. Toho handling directly distribution scored big. 4K remastered re-release in IMAX this past weekend, grossing a strong $2.5 million on its opening weekend, beating its entire 1.9 run originally here back in 2016. And let's keep talking about the summer hit of the year. Jurassic World Rebirth enters the all-time top 90, beating fellow Oppenheimer, $330 million. BVS, $330.4 million. Forrest Gump, number 88 now, all-time U.S. box office. ScarJo keeps impressing, grossing a $2.9 million on its seventh three-day weekend. Just a 40% drop from last weekend, despite losing over 400 theaters. It hits a 332 cum in the U.S., eyeing 335, 345 in the U.S., and over 800 million worldwide. All this while it's still on digital. That's right. You can get it at home now. Okay, let's talk Fantastic Four, because this is probably the start of a big turnaround for this film, which we here at the Latino Slant have predicted with Superman leaving the theaters and going digital, legging it out past Labor Day. Fantastic Four will benefit the most staying in theaters and will hit some unexpected chart territory. Exhibit Relations says Marvel's Fantastic Four delivered another 18.1 globally this weekend for a 468.7 million total. Top territories, check this out: number 2, 26 million for Mexico, 13, number 4 for Brazil. There have turned it around in regards to Latin America. China is no longer in play like it used to be. They relied on the Pascal fandom in Latin America, and it is paying off. Luis Fernando reports it's fighting back at the U.S. box office as the film grosses 8.8 million on its fourth three-day weekend, overcoming these other films as well, despite having lost another 245 theaters this past Friday. F4 hits 247 cum in the U.S., eyeing a $265 million run. 500 million global is now back on the table. Both Luis Fernando and Exhibit Relations are reporting. And let's go to two new movie releases. Nobody 2 in over 3,200 movie theaters. Debut this weekend, $9.2 million. And the Sydney Sweeney film, Americana, not so good. Granted, only in 1,100 theaters. It made an estimated $840 million. Look for our review, our very positive review on the film at thelatinoslant.com. Now let's talk Superman. It will cross the 600 million mark next weekend. We here at the Slant predicted it would do it this weekend, but it went digital. That's already affecting the number there. grossing $3.1 million in its sixth weekend here in the States. That's a 48.3% drop. Allied by its $340.9 million cum, says Luce, in the U.S., with a $225 million production budget, price tag not including marketing. It hits $594.5 global. Again, $6 million is locked, but it should have been locked already. It should have been done. Perhaps it is selling and doing very well in video on demand. We will get those numbers in the next couple of weeks. Finally, let's talk weapons. Had an incredible hold in the U.S. box office. This R-rated horror grossed a strong $25 million on the second biggest weekend, 3-day post-COVID for an R-rated horror film. Luce reports just a 42.5% drop from its opening weekend. This is a mega hit. It's reached 89.1 here just in the U.S. already, eyeing a $150 to $170 million run in the U.S. Thank you for joining us every week for our way too early box office specials. Wherever you're at, keep your slant fuerte.